Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for where are we? Tuesday. I just got confused myself. November 21st, 2023. I don't have any boards or anything behind you. I'm looking at a camera, and that's it. There is no screen in front of it that tells me different things. Time's right now about 5:55 p.m. I do know that I will not be putting out these updates tomorrow. I'm going to hit the road, go to family, spend the night, eat with them on Thanksgiving, but I'll probably head home Thursday night. I just go over the border into Indiana where my wife's family is, so I'll be going there with her, and then I'll be back to normal sometime on Friday. Do I know if I'll do the financial market update in the morning? I'm not certain. It depends what time I get out from the family event there, but the ride's under an hour back to Chicago, so I try to do that. And remember, I'm going to be releasing my Cyber Week sale. So if you're in my mailing list, you will be getting an update to take advantage of it for the Cyber Week. It's only for that period of time, and boom, it's over before you know what it is. I'm making great headway on my new charting course, by the way. I'm 2/3 of the way into the moving average courses. So finishing that up, and the rest of them, they're a lot of charting, but not as many PowerPoints as you go through things, because I use the outside day course. I'll be using other things that you work with so that you can see the importance of what we do with all the different courses that we've got. But I love doing this course, and I'm doing it in a way that it's almost timeless, which I think is very important. I figured out a way to do that. All right, so good news, there might be, by the time we wake up in the morning, it's possible that there's an announcement that Israel and Hamas has made a deal for 50 prisoners of Israel for 150 Palestinian prisoners. There'll primarily be women and children that are going on this. There's a huge fight in the Israel Knesset as they're fighting, and they say, why not everybody? And we'll give, if it's 3-1, let's give them how many they want for 3-1 and release everybody. During this, Israel apparently is agreeing not to use drone flyovers and a few other things. It is not agreeing to stop the war in all areas. So we will see just what this means. I am confused as to how you get this all done. You know, it amazes me that Israel wants to go in and wipe them all out, and yet they're willing to exchange for hostages. It's a strange world, right? But this was not thought up by Israel. This is all part of the Hamas plan. That is why they took prisoners. They had this well laid out. They knew what they were doing. I am certain they believed that Israel's response is as it is. I doubt they're surprised in any way. How's that? I mean, this is part of their overall plan. The United States today was attacked in Iraq, and we hit back and went one more time. We'll only do limited attacks. Apparently, we did kill some militia out there. And the whole goal here is not to have this thing accelerate in a crazy way. I think that that is what's working. But as you know, all of this is being orchestrated by Iran. At least that's what the Western press wants us to think. And I'd have to believe that at this point until I have reason not to. And I use the word Western press very carefully because I know I have a lot of readers and viewers of my research that from all over the world. So I'm very careful when I say that because it is important. We do get in the West, the news we get is sanitized. You don't think so? You're sadly mistaken, okay? The U.S. absolutely watches what we see, how we see it, what we do. Try to get onto some of the sites in the Middle East that you'd want for news. You will be blocked. You won't be able to get to them. It's the way it is. It's rarely talked about, but it's how it is. Okay? Let it be what it is. So, we saw NVIDIA come out with earnings that beat and the stock went down. I thought that was fascinating. And we also saw that we got a number, be it from the Best Buys, Nordstroms, all different types of companies. And the one common theme in the retailers, and it's very common, it's not every company. I mean, Dick's Sports, up, not beat. But most of the company, and by the way, what is it, Zero? They did very well. Others are not. They're putting forth that foot that be careful here. We could be in a downturn. Why? Because the U.S. consumer has changed. They're not in the free spending mode that they were. They're buying a lot of generic, not name products. I know people are cutting back. I'm cutting back this year. So a lot of people will cut back from what they're doing. And you do things like that. And then other times you go real crazy. Okay. When I take a look at where the E-mini S&P weekly is, you're over the 18-day average of closes. So that's still bullish. The second part of the chart that I look at, when you look at the mini S&P, is we're getting some distribution up here. The market has stopped running. Now, I thought you might get to the 4,700 level. I'm not that far away. We could get a break here of maybe a little significance, but I don't think over amount. I'll show you why. The trend is still up with higher lows and higher highs. The market is over the 18-day average of closes, which had that bullish crossover back here, and you did go up and make a new high on the whole move off of that. And now it's going to attack, I think, the 100-day average before the end of maybe next week. Could be there before you know what's going on. And the Bollinger Band's far away. It's only 50 points away from my overall target of the market. I just saw today some of the banks are coming out and giving you already targets for 2024, and 5,000 is a common target to the upside already. Now, the reason I think the breaks will be shallow, right here. As long as you have an embedded reading, I think that the pullbacks in the market will not be heavy. I'm wrong, and you'll get more of a correction, possibly to the 100-day average if the red line, which is sitting right now at 92, closes under 79. But you'd need a big break tomorrow for that to occur. It could happen, but that's all that I'm seeing. Then when I come to the NASDAQ, same thing, fully embedded reading. Therefore, I'm expecting shallower breaks. If you close this number under 79, and it's at, 89 right now in a fraction, then I'd say, you're probably making a run back here. In the Dow, fully embedded. Wouldn't surprise me to get a little bit of a break in this market, and you're there. The problem is we're going to get thinner and thinner volume, and bigger orders can move the market in ways you're not used to. And again, the U.S. is closed, but Europe, other parts of the world are open. This is Thanksgiving. It's not a world holiday. It's a United States holiday. We then get, let's see if I get the next one, into the Russell, which again turned its trend down via the swing line. Now you have lower highs, right? But a higher low. So it's a confusing chart. It's not one I like a lot. It's overbought and can pull back here. In the 10-year notes, are we going to embed? Well, let's get rid of today's action, all right? Let's see if I can come back one more day here. I want to get to, no, it's not going to let me. It's moving up there, this part, okay? Might happen there too. It's overbought in either case, nothing I'd want to do. In the dollar, you broke down. First, you held the combination of the green, which is the 100-day average, and the Bollinger Band. Logical first support. I'll cover this up. If that gave ground, there happens to be another moving average under it, the 200-day. It went right there, and you spun back to the upside. The market is oversold, in need of a correction, or it embeds. I don't know if this will move or not. Let's just see. Yeah, this one's going to allow it to move. I know why, too. Both numbers are under 20 on the close of business. Let's get to today. Both numbers under 20. Monday, both under 20. And the day before on Friday. So you have a fully embedded reading. In my opinion, the rally in this market is going to get sold possibly at the 100-day average. Don't be surprised. Okay, so that's where I'm looking for the resistance to come in and for the market to still stay bearish. Obviously, the jobless claims will play a little bit. Today you saw the housing numbers, existing home sales is what I should say, and those were terrible numbers. Any way you want to look at it, these numbers are just going down to many year low sales. You have too high of mortgage rates and too few of properties on the market to be sold. You need to get rates to keep coming down in order to attract more properties, more builders to do things, and so on and so forth. It will happen if money gets cheap enough. Think of all the downtown areas around the country where people aren't going back to the office. A certain amount, not all of them, but a certain amount of those buildings do lend themselves to be converted to living facilities. A lot of them don't. Some buildings don't have the right exterior views. They're on top of a building right next to them. Things of that nature. They're never going to work in that way. Others do. So it all depends where the building is and the location of it. In the eurocurrency, you have an embedded reading. You've been running the upper band. You're getting a pullback. I think this market's still a candidate to be bought. In the British pound, stay away from this tomorrow. Now we're about to get from Jeremy Hunt, what is the next economic plan for the UK? I think we get that tomorrow. What kind of tax breaks? What are they going to do? How does the market respond? I'd hang back from that until you see it and get a good view of what it is. When we get over to the Bitcoin, you saw what happened in Binance. So the current chair is gone. They gave the company, what, a $4 billion fine, a personal fine to Mr. Zhu of $50 million, and there will be no further criminal charges on him. Okay, but that's $4 billion plus dollars. We're talking billion, and they can pay it. How much do these companies make on this? I mean, it's pretty insane, wouldn't you think? I'm not talking an Apple and these other companies. This is a simple crypto exchange. So it gives you an idea how much money they make. When people say, they don't do this, they don't do that, they do. And they do it in big numbers. This is why FTX, he's going away. When you take a look at Brent versus WTI oil, you can see how you're back up in the difference. And that's because now traders have to try to jockey. Which way? And that's going to be what they ask themselves. Which way is this market going to go? What is OPEC going to do? How will the market react to it? You're back to neutral. How often do I tell you? You go to the line in the sand often, and that's where the market makes decisions. I think you'll hang here for a couple of days now as the market tries to figure out what to do next. The same is probably true in WTI crude. Heating oil market back up out of its downtrend, but not in an uptrend. But notice how the 200-day average supported the market. And as I told you, I thought that this tax selling had come to an end, and that's what you do at this time of the year. And now you're into the market saying, where's the cold weather? Because we're going to need it. Yet, in nat gas too much, and we do get a nat gas number tomorrow. So this market trying to develop its bearish embedded reading, hard rally should be sold in the market. There's plenty of supply, and there's going to be plenty of supply as the price of oil keeps attracting the U.S. more production. More production makes more natural gas. But we talk about that and so much more in this report that we have for you, because this is our free offer page. And by the way, it goes down further. Choose. It's called a free offer. This is not part of my Cyber Week sale. None of these products are in that. So take advantage of that for yourself. You can either click at the top up here, and there's an icon, give it a click, or go to iraepstein.com under free offers. You choose each one by hitting the blue area, and there's many to choose from. It'll put it in a cart, and at the bottom of the page, you fill in your name, your email address, and we mail everything right out to you. Normally, we get it the next business day. This could take a day or two of business days because a lot of my crew left today for their families and their way to spend Thanksgiving. So they won't be back until I know it, Sunday night. So this is going to happen around the country. People leaving, hitting the road, going to see families, and finding reasons that they have, and they're entitled to it, to be with their loved ones. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day. Remember, go to iraepstein.com, free offers, or move your cursor up here. I'll see you again in this video Friday night or Saturday during the day. It depends what time I decide to put this out. You have a good one.